I'm literally glowing right now. I need to move. I thought this would be a good idea. Okay. Hey guys, it's week 53, 52, 53. I think it's 53. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at keeping track of these videos. Wow, I'm really bright there too. See, the thing is, in my house, there's not really that great of a place for good lighting. Maybe this is. Okay, we'll do this. We're gonna sit on the ground. It's like story time. Okay. Yeah, so this week it is week 53, and we are discussing the awesome topic of sexual orientation and how it works in our relationship. So when I thought about this and what I was going to talk about, it's always hard for me to like think of what to say because everything I want to say seems like so straightforward. Like if I say it, then that should be it. That's it. And that's kind of how my brain operates. So I'm trying to think of how to explain my whole deal. But I don't know. I guess I'll just try and organize my thoughts. And I'll begin with, I guess, my identity. I identify as queer. I didn't really struggle with the fact that I was a little bit different. I think it was hard for me to come to terms with it. Like I was trying to think of. I think I was like kept up in the idea of like labeling myself, and I think like the age that I did start to like totally try and pick out what I was probably around middle school. And like by then I only knew of, lesbian and gay. And bisexual was just kind of this like thing that only happens in college. You know what I mean? Like you always hear like, oh, these girls are so bi-curious. Like that horrible stereotypical shit that you hear in movies and like stuff like that. So that wasn't even an option for me. And so I guess that's like what sort of confused me. Because I didn't want it to be that. I didn't want to identify as that because it just didn't seem right, but it did. But yeah, like I said, I was trying to convince myself otherwise. But it was just like in high school, my friends that I had, some of them came out to me, and it was kind of like coaxing me out of my own closet, and I just started accepting what I was feeling. I accepted who I was, and then bam, I went to college, and everyone around me, since it's a liberal arts school, it's an art school, everyone's totally eclectic and just out and proud to be whatever they want. And it was because of that environment that I totally just went like, fuck this, I'm gonna be me. Except around the house because my parents don't like it. But yeah, I totally just came to terms with it, and if I have to label myself, I guess I label myself as queer. But if anything, I discovered that I am attracted to anyone, despite whatever gender, whatever sexuality, whatever all those little things. It just don't mean a thing to me when it comes to love and wanting to be with a person. Because I believe if you want to be with a person, it shouldn't matter what gender they are or anything like that. Because for me, if I can connect with them, if I have good vibes, if I have a strong relationship with them, and I know this person is just like, they're just a good person, like a good match, that's what matters to me. And so that's why when I'm with Ruben, it doesn't matter like how he identifies or how he did identify, because he is him, and I accept that completely, and I love him. I love it. So yeah, I met him when he was already out. So our relationship, he's always identified as a man. He's always been a man, obviously. But so we consider ourselves in a straight relationship. We joke around with our friends back in England that we're the only straight couple in our group, but we're the most queer out of everyone. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I've found that, you know, you just gotta be, with any relationship, you just gotta be honest with, you know, with yourself, because everyone's different. Everyone likes different things. Everyone likes different people, you know, preferences, all of that. We're human beings. We're not, as society tells us, like this binary and the other, because we're in this giant fucking spectrum, and you are allowed to explore your sexuality and do whatever you gotta do. But the most important part is you have to be honest with yourself and with your partner. And I say this because, especially when it comes to dating your trans man, if you're finding it hard to cope with this change, if you did define your relationship as lesbian before, and now you're finding it hard, I guess, to kind of switch over, just really question yourself, like ask yourself, because if you want to keep, you know, doing this, because in a sense it's not fair for your dude, like, you, obviously, you need to, consider his feelings, but you also have to consider yours. You know, sometimes we forget as sweethearts that we matter just as much, but, you know, at the same time, you don't want to string your partner along, and you don't want to string yourself along. Because, like I said, everyone has their preferences, and, you know, we're allowed to, you know, be who we want to be, love who we want. But I think that's, like, the concerning thing for me about some trans men and their partners. Like, I've just heard, you know, a couple stories where, you know, some partners of the trans men, they still wish for who they were before they came out, and, you know, they still wish, you know, all those, like, the wishful thinking, like, they wish they were what they were before. And, you know, it's not fair, because it's not what they're trying to do here, because it's all about accepting each other. So, it's the big thing. Be honest with yourself and your partner. That's what I gotta say. And be who you want to be. But yeah, that's about it. That's as straightforward as I can get. The shirt, oh my god, okay. Ruben got it for me. But it's Grub's Burgers. If you ever go to Brighton, England, this place is freaking amazing. They have such good burgers, and they're really cheap. Well, not cheap, but like affordable. Oh, and they're so good. I miss it. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat some sushi. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!